Just have a seat in one of the chairs with the black and yellow tape. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law Number 2. My name is Judge Terrence L. Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law Number 2. You have been asked to come to court today because you have a case in this court. The case that you have in this court is a misdemeanor case. It is a criminal case. Criminal cases are divided into felonies or misdemeanors. Your felony cases are commonly referred to as your most serious type of offenses, whereas your misdemeanor cases are normally referred to as your petty offenses. It does not mean that they're not serious. It just means that they're not as serious as a felony offense. And when I use the term serious, what I mean is I'm talking about the facts of the case as well as the range of punishment. That is what a person can be sentenced to if they are convicted of the offense. Now, felonies are divided into 5 categories. You have the highest category, which is a capital murder. Then it goes down to the first-degree felony, second-degree felony, third-degree felony, or state jail felony. If you're convicted of a state jail felony, the range of punishment is minimum 6 months to a maximum of 2 years in the state jail and a fine that does not exceed $10,000. If you're convicted of a third-degree felony, the range of punishment is minimum 2 years to a maximum of 10 years and a fine that does not exceed $10,000. If you're convicted of a second-degree felony, the range of punishment is minimum 2 years to a maximum of 20 years and a fine that does not exceed $10,000. If you're convicted of a first-degree felony, the range of punishment is minimum 5 years to a maximum of 99 years to life in the state penitentiary. If you're convicted of a capital murder, which is the highest felony, the range of punishment is life in the state penitentiary without the possibility of parole or death by lethal injection. Now, the case that you have in this court, as I mentioned earlier, is a misdemeanor case. Misdemeanors are divided into 3 categories, and we'll start at the top. You have the Class A misdemeanor, the Class B misdemeanor, and then we go down to the Class C misdemeanor. Normally, Class C misdemeanors are those cases that are handled in the city court or the JP court. With a Class C misdemeanor, you cannot be given jail time. You can only be given a fine. Now, if you are convicted of a Class B misdemeanor, the range of punishment is minimum 0 days to a maximum of 180 days in the county jail, a fine that does not exceed $2,000, or you could be given both such fine and confinement. If you're convicted of a first-degree felony, of a Class A misdemeanor, the range of punishment is minimum 0 days to a maximum of 365 days, which is a year in the county jail, or a fine that does not exceed $4,000, or you could be given both such fine and confinement. Now, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have rights. The first right that I will talk about is your right to have an attorney. The clipboard that has been passed out to you, Mr. Porter. Hold on a minute.
My name is Steve Kent, I am mental health care life, state commissioner of the sheriff's office, and my coworker here, Gabby. Now, Gabby is qualified with health professional. The reason we're both here this morning is because the judge has graciously invited us to the courtroom because he cares about every single person who comes before the bench. Judge Brown, statistics prove is those that have linked issues commonly have mental health needs, substance use disorders, or sometimes just a lack of community resources to help you with the issue.
So when we talk about mental health, we mean anxiety, depression, any of those symptoms, it doesn't help that in court there's not enough pressure, and this is not an easy process for you, but on top of that, it can cause more anxiety and it can be hard, and we understand that, and that's why we're here also.
So maybe this is your first time to be here, maybe it's your 10th time to be here, there's still hope. What we're offering you here today has the ability to change your life, but we're gonna need something from you. Now, in just a little bit, when the court goes into recess, we're gonna pass out a document to everyone here. And if you will share that need with us, we'll be able to best serve you and advocate for you. And Gabby's gonna tell you how you can do that as well, and keep it very, very private. We're not here to embarrass you more.
So I think y'all got this far, it's this one that I passed out to y'all, I think I was sitting down at the time. On this just allows me to contact y'all once, or no matter of the choosing, so you can choose up here, call, text, or email, you can choose one of those, and this just allows me to contact you once, it's not gonna be like a little call, you're gonna hear from me, and it's gonna become my work phone number, so. Up here, you're gonna put your name and your phone number up here, and you're gonna, the one of the most important things is, you're gonna put what type of general resources are you interested in. And it can be financial, it can even be just sports advice, or if you need to just talk to somebody, please share that on here, and we'd love to get with you and connect with you. And you'll get a call or text from me, and whatever you're choosing. But we just want you to share that, fill this out, so we can get in touch with you.
I also have this flyer here that I want to get in everyone's hands before you leave here today. On the back, it tells you a little bit about the advantages of the program and participating, but also it has a 1-800 number should you ever find yourself in an unsafe place. You can call that number and get help immediately. Now, what's going to happen shortly is the judge is going to go into recess. When he does, we'll be able to come out there. We'll be able to visit with you. We'll answer any questions you may have. We'll pick up those forms, and I'll also get this in your hands as well. And anything that you have more to discuss, we'll be glad to do that today.
Also, if you do want to take a step back today and talk to us, you can meet in the back. You can just check yes or no on the bottom.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, Deputy Hinton and Gabby. Ladies and gentlemen, for the paperwork that you have in your hand, if you need any assistance, the paperwork that you have on the clipboard, not in your hand. If you need any assistance with filling out the paperwork, we have our court personnel who's here who will be able to help you fill out the paperwork. Now, it's going to take us some time to go through everybody's paperwork. And so what we're going to do, we're going to go into recess. Now, if the court goes into recess, if you need to use the restroom, there are restrooms right outside of the courtroom in the hall. The men's restroom is right in front of County Court at Law number 3, which is right next door. And the women's restroom is on the other side of the hallway in front of the 172nd District Court. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this will take us a little time to go through. Do not leave the courthouse. If you leave the courthouse and we call your name, your case comes up, you're not here, your bond can be forfeited. If your bond is forfeited, a warrant will be issued for your arrest. And then you'll be arrested and placed in the Jefferson County Jail. So at this time, the court is going to go into recess to give you time to finish filling out the paperwork and to give us time to pick up the paperwork from you. Now, once we finish that process of picking up the paperwork from you, we're going to call your name and we're going to ask that you will come up before the court, before the bench, one at a time. There's a mark on the floor in front of the bench. And so remember, when we call your name, just simply come up before the bench one at a time. And then we'll try to get through this process as fast as possible. At this time, the court will be in recess.